Green light for heat number 4. Nicholas Davison leads the field away from pole position. It looks like Gregoire Gomes is the man making moves, trying to get up into the lead. It is side by side as they come around Conways. Into the first hairpin we go, and it looks like Davison just about hung on to the lead, but in cart number 15 there, I think that's Martin Bainon who's made his way up into second place, so he's gained a couple of spots on the opening lap. It is indeed. So Davison in that Daniel Ricciardo tribute helmet leads as they come down the Symes sweep.
They're all being fairly well behaved down there. We've got Stephen Williams making some moves as well in the middle of the pack. He's made up a couple of places, and there's one more as the guy in front of him gets a little bit he just starts gesticulating at the guy in front. So here he goes, up the hill to you.
Stephen Williams will be wanting to make it 2 from 2, and we've had a change for second place because it's car number 14, Mark West, who's made his way through into second place, and that has allowed Davison to stretch his legs 9/10 clear as they ended the first lap ahead of West. Now remember, he was involved in a very intense battle for the podium in his first heat of the day. Bainon losing another spot there, I believe, to Gregoire Gomes in the lime green helmet and the green bib. In cart number 6, that is indeed Gregoire Gomes, who's made his way up into third place. And we're starting to see the field sorting themselves out, but for Davison, it's clear road ahead and behind him.
He has definitely pulled a little bit of a gap there, and you say Mark West hasn't got an answer for him right now, but he's just got to concentrate on keeping that gap to third place, because it's about the same. In fact, there's a change for third place as cart number 15, which is Bainon, gets a little bit sideways. And Gregoire Gomes is side by side with him.
Yeah, so Bainon not taking this one lying down, but I think Gomes just got the run out of the last corner there and does indeed retake that third place spot. But he's losing an awful lot of time to the top two here. Mark West starting to close in on Davison as well. Gomez, it looks like he's consolidating that position now. Everyone else is in fourth place behind him, having a great little tussle there. Plenty of carts side by side as they come out of hairpin 2. Gomez has a little check over the shoulder to check where Bainon is, and just confirming that he is not in an attacking position just yet.
And there is definitely some side-by-side action for places 5 and 6, which is Schooling and McKegney coming to the bottom corner. McKegney got a little bit wide, and they're still side-by-side coming up the hill.
It's very close for the lead of the race now as Davison is being caught here by Mark West. The gap has been reduced to just half a second, and there's still a huge gaggle of carts battling over fourth place as Gomez consolidating the podium position now. I think that is Paddy McKegney who's just come out on top there in fourth place, muscling his way through at the first hairpin. You can tell McKegney by his very colourful helmet there in the green bib. Another check over the shoulder just to confirm that he's not going to get wiped going into there, and I think Stephen Williams is making up progress there as well, just 2 carts behind.
He has, he's definitely joined the battle, and he goes down the inside. That is yet another place made, so Stephen Williams is definitely making good progress in this race. I don't think he's going to be able to close the gap to the leaders. It's the big gap, but he's already coming down the inside, Chris, as we come to you.
Now we could see a change for the lead any second now, because Mark West right on the back now of Davison. The gap less than 0.3 of a second as they head through hairpin 1. Mark West about to start to apply the pressure to our race leader Nicholas Davison as they come out of hairpin 2. These two have only got each other to worry about. There's a big gap back to Gomez, who in turn has a big gap back to the rest of the field. But as they come through the Symes sweep back towards you, Chris, it's as they were.
There's the battle for fourth place. Stephen Williams did have fourth place, but then he had a lunge from McKegney, but now he's got it back, so he is now back into fourth place, squabbling going on.
Stephen Williams doing a remarkable job to make his way through the pack. Don't forget, he was the fastest driver of the Heat 1 pack, so can he set about that 3-second gap to Gregoire Gomez in third place? He's got cart number 10, Ryan Sedgwick, bearing down on him as well, so plenty of top guys making their way through the pack at the moment. I dare say they may even start squabbling as well. That lead gap's just opened up a little bit, by the way, so for those guys, it's quite as close as it was a lap ago. And that battle for fourth place started to cool off as well, because Williams consolidating that position ahead of Sedgwick. who's got Paddy McKegney close behind him as well, and is that Harvey Bradley Hole with the orange helmet in close proximity as well, I believe it is.
It is indeed, and actually McKegney makes a lunge for the inside, doesn't quite get it done this time, and actually Harvey Hole has got a move on him because he ran wide after that desperate lunge. Who's going to come out? And it's actually Bradley Hole who's in the ahead of Paddy McKegney.
Wow, brilliant stuff from Harvey Bradley Hole there, the orange helmet, cart number 11. So he's made up a spot there, and it looks like there's going to be more places lost for Paddy McKegney if he's not careful, because there's just a gaggle of cars behind him. So he's looking back up the inside, gets very on the brakes. Harvey Bradley Hole was very wise to it, runs out wide in sympathy. But he does just about manage to hang on to the spot, and McKegney ends up losing a place to Brad Schooling.
One tiny error here, Chris, at the front of this pack, and you can easily find yourself at the back as they come down to the bottom of the hill. McKegney looking to the inside again. He's going to make a desperate lunge there, and he's taken out Bradley Hole, who's lost 5, 6, 7 places, and that is surely going to be a penalty for him because he just made a lunge down the inside late on the brakes and pushed him wide, Chris.
That's a shame for him. So that's really going to separate this battle up now. So we've got Sedgwick in 5th place there. Then it's Craig Bull, who has who started in 8th, now in 6th. He's leading that pack. And that cart number 7 just getting pushed out a little bit wide there. I think that is Paddy McKegney, who's ended up on the receiving end of some balking down into the first hairpin, losing a few places. Bit of contact just behind him as well, just to add insult to injury there. Oh, now look at this for the lead of the race. It is absolutely nose to tail as they come across the starting line. And car number 14, Mark West, making his move for the first time. It's side by side through Conways. This is as close as it has been all race. He's got the inside line now for the first hairpin. And Davison has got no answer for him. He's going to try and fight him on the exit of the first hairpin. He'll get a good run out of here if he gets the line right. But it looks like Mark West has secured his place in front. What can Nicholas Davison do in response to that? They head down the hill once again. Through the slime sweep, no look there from Davison. And from Mark West, that is absolutely marvellous stuff. Set the fastest lap of the race of 51.4 just before he took the lead of the race away from Nicholas Davison as they pop up past the bar. And once again, it is Davison still in 2nd place, and a black flag being shown there to cart number 7. That is Paddy McKegney. So I think we were worried about the contact here. Oh, side by side again. And that's Davison retaking the lead down the inside of hairpin 1. Thrilling stuff. So was that a mistake there from West? Did he go wide through the first corner? It doesn't matter because he's back in 2nd place. Davison is ahead. Down the hill once again. There's a thrilling fight between these two. They've got 7.5 seconds to play with behind them because Stephen Williams now in 3rd place. So he's got past Gregoire Gomez. They've been squabbling, and the gap behind them has just opened out, and less than 90 seconds remain on the clock. So what has Mark West got in response to this one? I think we're going to have 2 laps to go now. 1 minute 20 remaining on the clock as they go through the first corner, and West has got nothing in response to Davison on this occasion. He's going to be trying to close up desperately and have a lunge into the last lap. He's got to close up the gap or maybe rely on a mistake from Davison. We've seen the lead change hands twice in this battle already. And we're coming up to the final lap now. They head through the downhill section. One of the more technical areas of the track, and for me, the scariest. And as they come back up the hill now, 30 seconds remain on the clock. It is still Davison ahead. It looks like he's stretched that advantage actually, so the last lap board has gone out to Davison and West. The gap half a second. I don't think West is going to be able to do this one unless we see a mistake from Davison in the last seconds of this race. A little check over the shoulder as he came out of hairpin 1. just to confirm the gap to West behind him. And it doesn't look like he's going to be close enough to have a lunge as they come through the last half of the lap. Down the hill they go. Stephen Williams still a further 7 seconds behind them in third place. Well, these two have been squabbling, but for Davison and West, it is about to come to an end. Davison, if he gets out of the final corner, okay, he should be caught off course for victory. West giving it everything in the closing stages of the race, but the checkered flag goes out to car number 5. Nicholas Davison takes the win in heat number 4, ahead of Mark West, and Stephen Williams will complete the podium. Gregoire Gomes just about hanging on to 4th place in the end, ahead of Ryan Sedgwick and Craig Ball. Then it is Vivek Bala, Colin Ward, Harvey Bradley Hull and Kirk Ball, your top 10 for heat number 4.